everyone. Happy National Home Buyers Month. Welcome back. It is day 13 and I'm Marva Morris, your Central Jersey Realtor. Now that we've got an accepted offer, it's time to talk about the home inspection and appraisal. Two critical steps in the home buying process. Now, they sound serious and they are important, but I'll explain them to you so you know exactly what to expect. So what I want to do is start first with the home inspection. Now this I call your best friend. This is an examination of the property's condition, usually done by a licensed home inspector that you, the buyer, hire. So Uncle Billy, nah, he can't check the house. Has to be licensed. Now they're going to go through the house from top to bottom, checking the roof, the structure, plumbing, electrical, heating and cooling systems, appliances, and everything else you can think of, opening windows, all that good stuff. Think of this as your very detailed checkup for the house. Now, for the timing, in New Jersey, we typically do the inspection during or right after the attorney review period. Usually it's approximately 10 to 14 days after we accepted the contract and are out of attorney review. Now, here's what happens. The inspector is going to spend a few hours at the home. I always encourage my buyers to attend the inspection if possible, or have someone for you. Come out for at least an hour so you can see the things firsthand and ask questions. Now, the inspector is going to point out things as they go. Some are minor maintenance issues. Some could be major. Don't panic. If they have a long list, they always find something, even in brand new construction. Now, the next thing that's going to happen is you're going to get your report. After you get the written report with the photos detailing everything, if there are any serious issues like safety hazards, big repairs that are needed, we're going to go back to the seller to negotiate. Now, we might ask them to fix certain things or to give you a credit off the price so that you can fix it after closing. Now let's think about some of the common issues that we see in New Jersey homes, especially the older ones. We do have some. Might be outdated electrical panels, right? Old furnaces, roofs nearing the end of their life, or underground oil tanks, which can be an issue in New Jersey, and we do check for those. We have abilities to check for those. Now what we're going to do, we're going to prioritize what's important and request some remedies. If the home has a major undisclosed problem, say a foundation issue, right? You can exit the deal based on the inspection contingency. But our goal is to resolve the issues and keep the deal on track if you still love the home. So now let's talk about appraisals. Now, appraisal is the bank's double check. The appraisal is usually ordered by your lender. Now, why an appraisal, you might be asking yourself, right? The bank wants to make sure that the home is worth what you're paying. An appraiser is a licensed neutral party. They're going to visit the home and compare it to recent sales because they need to determine its fair market value, which means if the price you're paying is what it's actually worth. Now, if the appraisal meets or exceeds the price that we are paying, great, we are good to go on value. If the appraisal comes in low, boo! For example, if you agree to pay $300,000, but the appraisal says $290,000, the bank won't lend you above the appraised value. So don't worry. A low appraisal is another point where we can negotiate. We might ask the seller to lower the price to the appraised value, or we can meet them somewhere in the middle. Alternatively, you could put more money down to cover the gap. Not an ideal solution. I usually just recommend that if we're doing a multiple offer situation, but we'll talk about that and we will strategize the best approach. In many cases, sellers will agree to adjust it if an appraisal is legitimately low, because anybody else's buyer's appraisal is going to have the same findings. So why start all over again? Now, Here's the interesting part. Who is paying for these? Typically, you, the buyer, you will pay for the home inspection, and it's a rough ballpark of $500 to $600, but it is money well spent. And the appraisal is about $500 or so, and it's sometimes collected in your loan closing costs, or your bank has you pay that in advance, but it's a part of the investment in making sure the home is solid, and you want to do that. Now, in New Jersey, it doesn't require specific state inspections except for your smoke and carbon monoxide detector certifications, but that's on the seller usually to provide those before closing. But there are some requirements for certain towns have different requirements. So depending on the home, you might consider extra inspections. So usually the bank wants you to do a termite or wood destroying insect inspection. That's usually included in the basic one. Then you have radon tests, which is common in New Jersey. That runs you about $100 extra. And then if the home has a well or a septic system, those are specialized inspections and usually have to pay a little more money for that also. Now, if the home was built before 1978 and you're concerned about lead-based paint, which is common in New Jersey, older homes, there are going to be tests for that too that you can take. We're going to discuss what makes sense for you and your family. Bottom line, the inspection and appraisal are there to protect you. One protects you from unexpected house problems, and the other protects you from overpaying. So we're going to navigate both carefully. Most of the time, issues can be resolved with a little bit of negotiation, and everybody moves forward. Now, I always tell my clients, no house is perfect, right? Not even new construction homes. But the inspection helps you know what you're getting. And remember, you are not in this alone. I will help you through negotiating repairs or credits so that you feel comfortable with the final deal. Now, you might have some questions about inspections or appraisals. Reach out to me at 609-468-6324. Even if you're just curious about what to expect, I am happy to chat. Now also, reach out to me for a complimentary copy of my home buying guide book so I can send that to you. Now, we're going to see you tomorrow for day 14 of our home ownership month series. What are we going to discuss? On day 14, we're going to shift gears to understanding the different types of mortgages, fixed versus adjustable, and all that other good stuff. Once again, I am Marva Morris, and I am your Central Jersey Realtor, moving you forward. See you tomorrow. Happy National Home Buyers Month.